biggest issue with Team USA is not Joel Embiid, believe it or not. It's actually Steve Kerr. Before I go on my rant, I want to preface anything I'm about to say with Steve Kerr is a Hall of Fame head coach. He's a Hall of Fame player. He will go down in history as one of the most memorable figures in NBA history. Accomplished a lot as a player and a coach. He's great at taking a great roster, being able to extract the most he can out of it. That being said though, I think his weakness is making adjustments. Joel Embiid is playing horrible basketball right now. But if you keep starting him and he keeps playing horrible, at the end of the day, can you really blame him? I mean, yeah. He could play better. Is it injuries that he's going through? Maybe. I think injuries might play a part in what he's going through right now. But I think it's up to the coach to make that adjustment. And the reason I know Steve Kerr is really bad at making adjustments, I mean, if you look at this year, at least this year, the whole Jonathan Kaminga incident. I shouldn't call it an incident. It makes it sound more serious than what it really is. But what it was Jonathan Kaminga was playing great basketball. Everybody that was watching the Warriors was saying, yo, this Jonathan Kaminga kid's playing great. He should get more minutes because he was playing very limited minutes. Steve Kerr was not making that adjustment, and the Warriors kept on losing games. Jonathan Kaminga, or his agent, said, my client does not believe that Steve Kerr will not help him develop or get the most out of him. Steve Kerr actually, and to his credit, gave him that opportunity and gave him a lot more minutes, and the Warriors went on a winning streak. So at least I'll give him that. He's humble enough to take advice or take criticism, but still, like, you should have noticed that yourself. Everybody noticed that before you did. You were the last person to notice, hey, if this guy's playing great, I should give him more minutes. And that's the thing. He's bad at adjustments. He only adjusts when it's basically almost too late to adjust. And that's one thing we have to take into account. Coach who's great at making adjustments when needed is Eric Spoelstra, the assistant coach for the Olympic team. And I think he should be the head coach because, I mean, he's shown it before. When arguably Tyler Hero was our best offensive player, he was having Tyler come off the bench because Tyler wasn't playing the defense he wanted him to play. Same thing with Duncan Robinson. He had signed a big contract and the next year almost saw no playing time because he wasn't playing the defense that Eric wanted him to play. And it's not that he's asking all his, the whole starting lineup to play great defense. He's asking for everybody to at least be decent at defense. He doesn't want any bad defenders on the starting lineup, which makes a lot of sense. I think Eric Spoelstra would have noticed that and would have already benched Embiid. At the end of the day, this isn't a team, this isn't like a normal team where like, hey, we don't really have a backup. You have Bam Adebayo and you have Anthony Davis as backups. Anthony Davis, when he's not injured, when he's healthy, he's one of the best defenders in the entire NBA, probably one of the best players in the entire NBA. And guess what? He's not being asked to be the first option or the second option or the third option. And that is why I think Anthony Davis can play starting minutes and not be worried that his injuries might come back to haunt him. I also think Embiid is playing terrible defense and he can't even guard centers, where if you start somebody like Bam, he can guard centers. I've seen him guard Kyrie before. That man can guard anybody 1 through 5. So it's like, okay, you're not starting either player that's better defensively. And on offense, Embiid, last time I checked, he was dropping 7 points on 36% field goal percentage, which for a big man is horrible. So it's like, offensively, either Davis or Bam can give you that with probably better efficiency as well. At the end of the day, Embiid's going to keep playing bad and Steve Kerr is not going to make that adjustment until it's too late. And the problem is a fit thing. No one's going to argue that Bam or Anthony Davis are better than Embiid, but it's a fit. Joel Embiid is a bad fit for the starting lineup, and I think Davis and Bam are better fits. At the end of the day, that's why you can't just throw superstars together and expect to win a championship. It doesn't work that way. And a lot of the players in the USA were brought up on a very isocentric style of play where you're trying to produce the most highlights possible, where I feel like a lot of these other teams in Europe were brought up by playing together since they were little kids and teamwork and passing the ball a lot. So yeah, they have that, they have team chemistry over us, and that's a big thing, and they fit really well as a team. A lot of these other teams that we're playing against, so that's going to be their advantage against us, and we're barely winning games. So we have to be blowing these teams out by like 20 or 30 points, and it doesn't feel that way. It just feels like we're slightly better than everybody. When you look at the talent, we're not. We're way better. We should be way better than everybody. I think Eric Spoelstra will be able to make those adjustments and make us truly the best team in the world. Steve Kerr currently isn't doing that, and if we keep going this route, we're gonna end up most likely losing. If you enjoyed this, leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this. Peace.